Hey everybody, it is Kevin Bjorklund. Thank you so much for watching part 4 of the Formula for Confidence. If you haven't watched the other 3 parts, definitely go and watch those. And then real quick, just a quick favor, if these videos are benefiting you, if you're liking the teaching, click subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to make more videos. You know, you wouldn't believe this, but actually I do have a background in video production. But for me, I have realized that the thing that catches me up and keeps me from posting is this idea of perfection. And so I made a decision that I am not going to focus on all of that. I'm going to just focus on producing great content through teaching, and I'm just going to post it. And so that's why the videos look the way they look, but I apologize, but sorry, not really sorry. It was a decision I made to just do the teaching. So I hope these videos, the teaching that I'm bringing to you is really benefiting you. Click subscribe, share, comment. I would love to see your comments and make more videos based on those comments. But let's dive into part 4 of this self-confidence formula. I said it in the other videos, but if you didn't see part 1, I give the background of where this self-confidence formula is coming from Napoleon Hill, who wrote about this in Think and Grow Rich. And so watch that video if you need the background and why this is so important and why it's so significant and the validity for what he wrote. But right now we're going to dive into part 4. So there's like 4 paragraphs or sentences that he wrote in this self-confidence formula, and we're breaking it down so that we can develop self-confidence. And so he says, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim, and I will never stop trying until I develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Now, this kind of repeats part 1 again, because in part 1, we talked about how understanding, the power of studying, and how study and understanding bring us confidence. What we don't understand, what we don't know, it brings confusion, and that confusion produces a lack of confidence. But he also is talking right here about clarity. I've clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim. So that comes from clarity and knowing yourself. What do you really want? What are you going after? How are you living your life? Are you living life on purpose, or are you just kind of hoping and wishing that things, happen for you? That produces a lack of confidence, because if you're so conditioned to experience the world through your senses, you're often going to be disappointed that there's not these results, or there's not progress on what you are wishing for, but also you don't really know how to quantify the results that you're getting, because there's not really a clear picture of what you want. So clarity is a big part of that. But then he also says, I will never stop trying, which was the third point in part 1, which was discipline. Like the ability to give yourself a command and do it produces confidence. So many people lack self-confidence because they lack trust in their word. They say they're going to do something, but they don't go and do it. They say they're going to do it, but then they don't go and do it. And if you do that long enough, it creates a conscious and subconscious lack of confidence in the person's life. And so he's saying all of the things that he said in part 1, but here's what's important about this. This is why the goal card app exists, because so many people read this that they don't have a clearly defined chief purpose in life or chief aim in life. They're not going after something. And maybe in their mind, if it's not written down, it's like subject to change. It's well, yesterday, I did kind of want that, but today I'm kind of wanting this. When you write it down, there's no changing it unless you erase it and you rewrite what your goal is or what your chief aim is. And so the reason this is so important is you need to have a place where you've written your goal and you keep coming back and you see it day after day after day. What doesn't work is writing a goal and then putting it in your drawer and coming back to it. So many people do that at the New Year's, make a New Year's resolution, and then they get to the end of the year and they couldn't even tell you what the New Year's resolution was, because they didn't really solidify it. They didn't make it clear. And so this clarity is so important, and writing it down is so important. And that's why I want to encourage you to go download the Goal Card app. The Goal Card app, it allows you to put in your goal and then auto-suggest it to yourself every day. Auto-suggestion was part 3 of the formula for the formula for confidence. And then you have a card for your self-image where you write out who and how you want to be despite who and what you currently are. based on your own understanding of yourself. There may be behaviors that you don't like about yourself or things that you do that you don't like. You can change that, but you have to create an image of that in your mind. And so it's about being clear. So I've clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim, and I will never stop trying until I develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Here's the last part of this. Recognizing that confidence comes from disciplined activity. Confidence is related to our success. The success that you want to achieve in life will be linked or connected to the confidence that you have. And the greater level of confidence that you have, the greater level of success that you will have. I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm talking about awareness, understanding yourself. And so it's so important to do these things because these bring confidence, and confidence brings success. So if you haven't by this point, and maybe you want to watch part 5 and then go and do this or rewatch these videos, download the Goal Card app. The link is in the description. But write down what your goal is. So many people have a difficult time writing out their goal because they're so conditioned to try to figure out how it's going to happen. That is not how this works. And so in the Goal Card app, there's 3 training videos. I encourage you to watch those. I also have a training that I've brought up in the other videos that explain how the mind's working and how to achieve any goal that you have. I highly recommend that you go and get that training. The other thing I want to offer to you, if you've watched parts 1 through 4 through this video, and you've been trying to come up with this goal, you've been trying to figure it out, but it's hard for you to land on what you really want, I want you to schedule a call with me. These are the times that I offer free training or free coaching calls, one-on-one coaching calls, is to help people really dig into what they desire. It's not always the most beneficial to just sit and journal. Sometimes what's the most beneficial is having someone ask you a bunch of questions. And I have this whole list of questions that really helps you get down to what you truly want and the programming in your mind that is kind of conditioning you to think the way that you want to think. And so again, here's your steps. Download the Goal Card app and go through the process. If you have difficulty writing down what you want and writing out a self-image script, that is when I would recommend the 3 trainings in the Goal Card app. Definitely going through that free training that I did. But if you've done all that and you get to the point when you're like, I just really still have this uncertainty or this lack of clarity or this lack of confidence, that's when I would say, hey, schedule a call with me. It'll be a 30-minute free one-on-one coaching call, and we'll really dig in to get you the clarity you need to do this formula the way it is supposed to be done, and to help you develop the self-confidence, but also make major traction on your goal. So thank you so much for watching this. We have one more video. Look for video part 5 of the formula for confidence. And then I would encourage you to, do all the things that I just said, but also watch these videos again. Thank you so much for watching this video. Click subscribe, make your comments. I would love to make videos based on your comments and do some future training. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.